I get I get so many of you guys asking, how do you get customers? I don't have any customers. I have all the tools, but I can't land any customers. Where do I get started? How do you do it? I passed out cards and nobody called me back. What do I do? Because everybody just thinks passing out cards is the only way, then they give up and they get stuck. Here's what I would do if I had to start all over again to get customers as quick as possible. And I want to share this with you to share that the time you go from not having enough customers to having so many customers you're stressed out, it's really a small period of time. And it's harder in the beginning, but the more customers you get, the higher reviews you get, the higher rated reviews you get, the more confident you get, the better tools you get. You can charge more, you make more faster. It's slow as shit in the beginning, and it doesn't suck, but it's slow. I guess it can suck, but I mean, it's not just lawn care, it's any other business or any other thing. You start at the bottom and then you move up, I guess. So if I had to start all over again, the very first thing I would do is I would go make business cards. You can go to vistaprint.com, type in lawn care template, and then all you have to do is just change the freaking number to your phone number and your business name. You can name it Big Titty Lawn Care, whatever you want. And just put your name, put your phone number, put free text, put free estimates, call or text me at this number, put your email, make a business Facebook page. It's free. If you don't want to pay for a domain for a website, you don't have to. I didn't. You could just get the free Facebook page, and that could be your mock website. You get reviews on it just like Google. If you don't have time to set up your Google listing or you're not ready for it, your Facebook can be your Google listing. That's how it was for me. And then I made the Google later on, and then now I don't use the Facebook no more because it's whack. But it's still there. People still call me from the Facebook, and I haven't updated it since I think 2018 because I don't want to use it. And in fact, I locked myself out of the account, which is stupid. I transferred it over, then I couldn't get it back. I gave it to my mom because I wanted to delete my Facebook because I hated social media at the time, and then I couldn't get access back to the page, so it's just in limbo. So don't do that. But I would make a bunch of business cards. You can go to vistaprint.com and print them out and wait 3, 4, 5 days and get, I think, 200 of them for like $20-$40, or 500 for $20-$40. If you want them right now, go to Office Max. Damn it, go to Office Max or Office Depot or Staples. Am I old? Go to any of those stores and then just have it made on the spot. You can walk in, you could have business cards, signs made, anything, and you could have cards right then. So I'd make business cards and I would drive to neighborhoods that I would want to work in, and I would pass them out all the time. And when I'm doing yards, if I finally got one yard, every time I would get a new yard, I would go like 10 houses up, 10 houses down, 10 houses all the way around, like I'm planting seeds all over that yard, that area where I just landed a new yard, to try to get more tighter yards in the yards that I'm already doing, in the areas that I'm already doing. So I'd pass out cards on my off days. Here's a tip: if you want to talk to people and you want to try to walk up on them and stuff, it's a free country, do what you want. Then go on the weekends when everybody's home. But if you want to kind of just go in between and not really be seen and just try to pass out cards if they don't have no soliciting signs, then go during the weekdays when everybody's at work or inside working. Because if you go work on the weekends, a lot of people come out, see you, talk to you because they're outside. But on the weekdays, it's kind of more quiet, in and out and stuff. Hummingbird. So first thing, make business cards. Second thing, I would... the business Facebook page, I guess, counts too. You have that. All you got to do is just get yourself up to like 5, 10, 15 reviews. You don't have to go to 100 plus. You just get 5, 10, 15. You think people are going to scroll and read like 100 of your reviews? They're going to read the first couple that are at the top, and then they're just going to know, okay, that's legit. You could put your pictures of your yards on the Facebook page. You could post little updates. You could share the jobs that you're doing. You could say, I'm working in this area. You could say, I'm almost full. You guys got to book me now before my spots fill up. And then you can build some urgency, right? There's so many things you could do with a free damn Facebook page and business cards. That's 2 ways. The third way is Craigslist. When I was posting on Craigslist, I'm old. It was free still. So I would post like 30, 40 ads every week. But at the same time, people might think that's awesome because now it costs $5 per ad. No, because everybody else is posting 30, 40 also too. So it's the same shit. It's just either you pay now or you weren't paying before, but it's the same amount of competition. But if anything, I think a lot of people don't want to spend $5. Like if you're a beginner and you're against other beginners and stuff, if you're still on Craigslist, I think a lot of people don't want to spend $5, but if you are, I mean, you'll make 50, 100, 500 from one little quote that came from like a $5 ad, and it could be a lifetime value of thousands of dollars per year to mow this person every single week, every 2 weeks, and they tip you and they take care of you. And you could say, hey, you want me to trim that bamboo right there? And they'll say yes, and you could be like, boom, $50. Obviously not, but just an example. right? You can just make offers like judgment wise good, like, hey, I could do the mulch, it's time for the shrubs to be trimmed, and then they'll just say yes, yes, yes. They don't want, a lot of these times people just want to cut a check and have the solution to their problem. If their yard's overgrown, that's our problem, let's make it pretty, let's just cut it. It's not rocket science, or maybe it is. Okay, so that's 3 ways. That's business cards, Facebook, and then posting on Craigslist. Oh, then if you want to if you just want to know what I put on Craigslist, it'd say, I'm so dumb, I think I put 20 for the front and 30 for the back. Or that wasn't my price in the beginning. I think I had, that's what I did later on, like showing you how I didn't do stuff right, because now I'm like quoting for front yards. But I put, I think, $25 plus, because that way if you put a plus sign, you're more loose to not being locked into when you show up and they say, damn, you said 25. Nah, dude, I had a freaking plus sign. You see that shit? So it depends, right? So you can put 25 plus, 40 plus, just depending on whatever. And also when it comes to the pricing, like, don't get caught up on the price. I would go work for free a million times more than I would go try to charge a shitload on my first job that I don't really know what I'm doing. I'd rather do it for free, get a good job, awesome. It looks awesome from the customer. And then I could be like, okay, I can charge better now. And also, like, with a new service, like if you're doing solder, rock, or anything for the first time, like, you don't have to do the whole job, but just go play around with it somehow. Go do a little area at your own house or at the customer's house. And then just see, then, I mean, if you have a good relationship with the customer, just open thoughts. Okay, so we have 3 ways: business cards, Facebook page, and Craigslist. We're just talking quick ways too. Another thing I did was I went to Lowe's or Home Depot and I bought those little $8 corrugated yard board signs, like where people put garage sale, and I put lawn care 40 plus. I think at that time I was doing no less than 40 on the freaking streets. I'd go to 4-way stop signs by my neighborhood and I would post it where cars would have to stop and see it, or I put it on the access road by these neighborhoods I want to work in. This is all shit when I was like 23, 22. And I just share this with y'all, like, for if you're asking a bunch of questions and stuff, it's like, dude, I didn't have a YouTuber to watch and stuff. This is all common sense. And I think the YouTube thing that I have in these videos, it's good and bad because it shows you what's possible, but it also kind of makes you feel like you're behind or you're rushed and stuff. And I don't want you guys to feel like that. The money doesn't matter. This is all just energy exchanges. Like when I'm giving a quote, like, I want the money, but I just want your respect, and I'll respect you back. And then it's just like, you know, some customers give you energy and some take your energy. Like, I could care less about the price. I'm going to charge what I need to operate my business and to make a profit and be happy to come here every 2 weeks. But if you respect me, like, shit, I'll do shit for free for you just to make you awesome because you're making me feel awesome, you know? Like, I'll do a little extra shrub trim, or I'll put a little fertilizer down, or I might even give you a birdhouse or something, like with some bird food because I like the birds. Just because it feels good to give, right? So that's the 4th way, is making yard signs. And then, yeah, people are going to steal them, so what? Just go buy some more yard signs. This is capitalism, son. It is what it is. It's a write-off anyways if they steal your shit. Or give like an electric shocker so they get shocked when they grab your sign. And I used to take other people's signs. What's up? I'm just being honest. You got to do what you got to do. I don't do it now, though. And also, okay, so that's the 4th one. If there's an app in your area called Nextdoor, just download it right now, check it out. You could post lawn care services. I also hired one of my best workers a long time ago from the app because it was a kid whose mom was on the app, and then I said, I need help for my lawn care business. And then she said, hey, my son just graduated and he'd love to help you. And then he'd ride his bike to my house 5 minutes away. And he was one of my only great workers that I really missed, but he wanted to go work in a freaking seafood restaurant. I guess I wasn't giving him enough hours. But I told him, I was like, I'm not going to give you full-time hours. I can't. But if you want to work, like, I'll give you. I think the last day I worked with him, we did a long ass 8-hour day. I think I gave him like $150. And I don't know, but he had to go work and it was hot, so I don't blame him. Like, if you're not the boss, like, I get it. I would want to go be my own boss too, but I don't know what he's up to. I hope you're doing good, Christian, if you're watching. You're probably not. So the 5th would be next. And then you could also put on Yelp. You could put yourself on Yelp. I don't know if I did that. I don't think it matters. Those are the real main ways that I would get customers immediately. Word of mouth, organic referrals, I don't think that's a method. I think that just happens if you do a good job. If you do a good job, then people will recommend you. And also, as a tip, these recommendation referral jobs that you are getting calls from, these are warm leads. They know that you do a good job. It's easier to quote a more fair, higher price, or to offer a better package and service and land it versus someone who's just calling you for the first time. Oh, and also there's a level of leads that where it's warm to cold, and warm means you could land them the best priced. Warm would be like the organic referral where you did Susie's job and Susie recommended you to her sister Emily, and then now Emily's asking you for a quote. You could charge her. It's just a warm. It doesn't even matter about the price. What I'm saying is, she's more likely to just say yes to whatever you say. And then a middle average would be if they saw your listings, or they saw your Google listing or your Facebook page, they saw your reviews, and then they're gonna call you because they saw that and they're like, okay, well, this is like a medium lead. And then I think the worst type of lead, honestly, is like people who, when you're mowing, they just stop by in their car and they're like, hey, come over here. They're like, how much to do my yard, when you're working and they're in their car. Or they just come out flailing their arms and they're like, hey, can you give me a price for my yard and stuff. Oh, a tip too, whenever that happens, don't leave your tools on the ground, because I'll go walk and I'll be so caught off guard because I'm just so awkward and weird, and I'll just be, and I got my headphones and my glasses, I don't see them, and then you turn around, they're just right there. It's crazy. And then I go walk over there, give them a quote. I realize I left my weed whacker in the yard. So don't do that if you get walked up on. But those types of customers who don't see your reviews, they just see you, maybe if your truck looks super good and you have like a good outfit on and shit, you could do it, but they don't see your reviews. They don't know, there's no like context. It's just like, hey, like I'm in a rush. And then my dad gave me a good tip too. He said those customers that are in a rush, they're always going to be in a rush. And it's like not the best types of customers. And in my experience, they're not all bad. I have some customers that I do to this day for years that were just a neighbor. And in fact, I stopped doing the original yard, and then now I just do the neighbor sometimes. But I would say a majority of those customers, I never want to work with them. They're in a rush. I don't want to start in a rush. There was no like qualifiers. Like I just gave them my quote, but they just think I'm just some Jomo $20 guy, if you know what I'm saying. Like, so it's just weird. So just be careful of that, or be wary of that. There's a difference between warm and cold leads and middle leads. Okay, so that's all the immediate ways that I would get customers right now. First, make business cards. Second, a business Facebook page. Third, Craigslist. Fourth, yard signs. Fifth, the Nextdoor app or Yelp or any other apps that you could be on. You could also post inside of Facebook groups, like you could post like the city that you're in, like Tennessee Craigslist group or whatever. And like you could also try to find community neighborhood posts if you're doing, and if you're doing a job for a customer inside a HOA or a community, a neighborhood, you could ask them to recommend you. And then they always have access to like little private community chat groups, and then they could recommend you if it's a good customer and they have access to that. So you could ask for that. I've done that a couple times, but not in a long time. Those are all the immediate ways. And then later on, when you list yourself on Google, you don't have to do any of this shit no more. And then Google will just give you all the reviews. Like if you typed in food near me, you just pull up a Google listing and you just start scrolling around, looking at the reviews, looking at the pictures. You become one of those. And then the more reviews you get, the higher you rank, the more qualified leads you get. It just works better. Like I was saying, it gets easier. It's like almost not fair how it gets easier the more you go in business. But imagine like Walmart and all these big companies versus little mom and pops. It just is what it is. I'm sure Walmart was like a tiny business at one point. Or maybe they weren't. Maybe they're just straight freaking Rothschild shit. I don't know. So I hope this is a helpful marketing video. I really recommend stop asking questions so much and just going into marketing, because again, it just slows you down. I think thinking is they say that thinking, the mind creates the solutions, but the mind also creates the problems too. So I would also say if you don't know how to market, just imagine if you had to hire a lawn care business for yourself right now, today. How would you go about it? Would you go on, here's what I would do. I'd go on Google, scroll around, type best reviews, filter, and then just pick one and call it. So I would therefore I would say I would have to get myself on Google if I wanted to get customers. And in the meantime, Craigslist, yard signs, business cards, apps, walking around, telling everybody you know, like to hire you. Oh, truck magnets, put truck magnets on and wear them when you're working. I would wear them when I go to the grocery store. I wear them when I go to the bank. I'd wear them when I go out to the bar and stuff. I don't really go to the bar. I would wear my magnets all the time to try to market all the time. So it's just little things like that. And then like magnets, you don't really got to put effort into that. Passing out yard signs a little bit, passing out cards a little bit. Craigslist, you just got to get on the computer and type repost, copy paste. Facebook, you got to chase reviews. All this stuff is active, but as you get longer in business, like think about it, you don't have to do any of this stuff because you're just known now. You have so many referrals coming in all the time because you have 50, 60, 70 plus customers. Plus all these customers are asking you to do shrubs, mulch, fertilizer. Some stuff is easy margin, some stuff is low margin, or is like more tiring, more labor, like top dressing. Some stuff is like fertilizer you could do real quick and make a lot of money. But all these, there's so many options, and it just goes, again, it goes from I don't have enough customers to fuck, I have so much going on, like my phone's ringing and I'm behind. And now that's my biggest thing. I get behind a lot because I'm just so booked up and I'm just like, okay, so, but that's the fun part. Because they said that if everybody just had a bunch of cake and we were just eating it, walking around, like if we were just having like a perfect cake party forever, like eventually someone would be like, fuck this, and just want to smash the plate and we'd all start fighting. So everybody, even though we feel like we want perfect peace and harmony and shit, there's got to be these things to overcome and these dips and troughs to go through. And I don't think one's better than the other. They say you shouldn't celebrate when you're up and you shouldn't like be pissed when you're down. Just be. Just ride the waves versus standing in the freaking water, like getting chopped by the waves and stuff. Just go, and just, you know, when you float on the beach and you just like, you just put your head down, you just like dead body for the first time. I don't even know what I'm talking about. All right, peace.